which will inject 36 new satellites into the orbit. This becomes a very special moment for the business. I am therefore very glad that today we are lifting off one of the most important missions from India on a Gslv Mk3 rocket, India's heavy lift rocket, which will take 36 satellites to the lowest of orbit.
It will place 36 satellites in a low Earth orbit, increasing the OneWeb fleet to 464. Further launches in 2023 will complete the constellation. The satellites will be arranged in 12 rings, with 49 satellites in each plane. Each satellite will complete a full trip around the Earth every 109 minutes, while the Earth will be rotating underneath satellites. The satellites will always be flying over new locations on the ground. OneWeb's mission is to deliver global connectivity services, and with this launch, OneWeb will be one step closer to offering its high-speed, low-latency services to connect governments, businesses, and communities around the world. OneWeb has partnered with New Space India Limited, ENSA, the commercial arm of Indian Space Research Organization, for this launch.
Today's launch of Gslv Mk3 mission is extremely significant milestone for New Space India Limited, as it would open up the big global commercial launch service market for this heavy lift launcher, especially in the context when many operators world over are looking to build LEO satellites as part of constellation for meeting global communication needs. This effort of New Space India Limited would go a long way in enhancing India's market share in the global space economy.
Gslv Mk3 has established itself as a reliable launch vehicle of ISRO. In the past few days, ISRO has been diligently making the vehicle launch ready for this flight. Gslv Mk3 M2 will for the first time launch multiple satellites into low Earth orbit and has the heaviest payload mass till date. With this launch, Gslv Mk3 will mark entry into the international commercial service market and reach new heights.
अभी अभी आपने संक्षिप्त वीडियो में देखा सेक्रेटरी डीओएस, चेयरमैन भारतीय मिसाइल ग्रुप तथा सीएमडी एनएसआईएल ने इस मिशन के महत्व के बारे में हमें बताया। Gslv Mk3 लॉन्च व्हीकल Mk3 की कुल 4 उड़ानें हो चुकी हैं और यह सभी उड़ानें सफल रही हैं। दिसंबर 2014 को Gslv Mk3 केयर मिशन से शुरुआत करते हुए Gslv ने अपने विकासशील मिशन D1, D2 में सफलता प्राप्त की और उच्च भार को अंतरिक्ष तक ले जाने का प्रदर्शन किया। फिर 22 जुलाई 2019 को भारत का गौरवपूर्ण चंद्रयान-2 भी Gslv Mk3 की सफलतापूर्वक प्रमोशन से किया गया। आज इस कड़ी में एक नया मील का पत्थर साबित होने जा रहा है। इसरो के सभी केंद्रों से वैज्ञानिक अभियंताओं के योगदान से तैयार यह प्रमोशन यान पूर्णतः सज्ज है OneWeb इंडिया 1 मिशन को पूरा करने के लिए। इस लॉन्च की उल्टी गिनती ठीक 24 घंटे पूर्व प्रारंभ हो चुकी है। इस दौरान यान को पावर ऑन कर सभी स्वास्थ्य जांच पूरे किए जा चुके हैं। तरल नोदक के भराव की स्थिति प्राप्त कर भराव किया जा चुका है। बैटरी का आवेशन, सभी ट्रैकिंग स्टेशन के संचार जांच, मिशन कंप्यूटर, वास्तविक समय तंत्र, एकॉस्टिक सप्रेशन सिस्टम, गायरो पैकेजेस आदि की जांच पूरी की जा चुकी है। अब कुछ अंतिम जांचों के पश्चात यान निदेशक ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस शुरू करेंगे।
At T-21 minutes, no confirmation is needed to control. The countdown for the LBM-3 M2 OneWeb India 1 mission is 24 hours long and has begun at midnight on 22nd of October 2022. Typically during the countdown, the liquid propellants are serviced into the stages. The gas bottles for command and pressurization are charged to the requisite pressure. The avionics systems are subjected to checks. Critical ground systems are subjected to health checks. All these activities are currently in progress at the launch complex.
Roger.
We are about 21 minutes from the launch time.
Minus 21 minutes. Request all stations change over to channel 2. Minus 20 minutes.
India on mission.
Control to note, event number 447 completed.
The mission executives are conveying the readiness of their respective systems.
This is Vehicle Director. Based on the vehicle system performance, LV-M3 M2 OneWeb India 1 mission, launch vehicle is ready for launch.
Satellite Director to Mission Director, all satellite and dispenser are ready for launch.
Forwarded to Mission Director. Range is ready for the launch of LV-M3 M2 OneWeb India 1 mission.
Director to Mission Director. Track station and network is ready for supporting LVM3 M2 OneWeb India 1 mission.
This is Mission Director. Based on the clearances from Vehicle Director, Satellite Director, Range Operations Director, TGC Director, the LVM3 M2 OneWeb India 1 mission is authorized.
All stations to note, Mission Director has given authorization for launch.
अभी अभी आपने सुना स्ट्रैक के निदेशक, उपग्रह निदेशक, यान निदेशक, रेंज निदेशक, टेलीमेट्री ट्रैकिंग एंड कमांड निदेशक, इन सभी ने अपने तंत्रों की सूचना मिशन निदेशक को दे दी और इसके बाद इन सभी तंत्रों को संतोषजनक पाने पर मिशन निदेशक ने ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस तथा लॉन्च को आगे जाने की अनुमति दे दी है.
You have watched on your screens the mission director clearing the launch and authorizing the start of automatic launch sequence a little while ago. The vehicle is hereafter on the onboard computers. The final parameter verification of the rocket stages takes place. Decisions will be taken by the onboard computers in autonomous mode hereafter.
In the early morning of LVM3 M2 mission from India's spaceport Sriharikota is for launching 36 numbers of OneWeb Gen 1 satellites. With this launch, we are entering into the international commercial launch through NCL. This is the first commercial mission for LVM3 through NCL, and it is our first multi-satellite mission to low Earth orbit. It is also the first launch from India with a 6-ton payload, which is the highest ISRO has done so far.
The nozzle end segment of S200 is assembled with the nozzle and control system elements, and thereafter the middle and head end segments in dedicated assembly towers and shifted on to the mobile launch pedestal for the assembly of igniter and the Straka nose cone that houses control electronics, and this is being carried out in the solid stage assembly building called SSAB.
S200 मोटर को पूर्ण परिपक्व उत्पादन प्रणाली के साथ सॉलिड मोटर प्रोडक्शन कॉम्प्लेक्स शार द्वारा निर्मित किया जाता है। यह मोटर 3 सेगमेंट से बना होता है। आपने देखा सर्वप्रथम NES को रखा गया, फिर मिडिल सेगमेंट, उसके ऊपर HES सेगमेंट और अंत में इग्नाइटर को एकीकृत किया गया। अब आप देख रहे हैं S200 नोज कोन को S200 के ऊपर में एकीकृत किया जा रहा है। S200 नोज कोन के अंदर वो सभी संबंधित एवियोनिक्स तंत्र उपलब्ध होते हैं जो S200 के स्वास्थ्य जांच तथा कार्य के लिए आवश्यक होते हैं।
SDSC SHAR is proud to be part of the first commercial mission of Gslv Mk3 family, which is making its debut into the global commercial launch service market. SDSC is responsible for realizing 2 numbers of S200 solid motor strap-ons for each Gslv Mk3. All the major subsystems are converged at SDSC SHAR, which includes L110 stage, C25 cryo stage and payload pairings, which are all assembled in a seamless manner. The entire operation of 36 numbers of OneWeb satellite to dispenser and payload adapter were carried out in a record time without compromising any of the quality, reliability and safety measures and were done in a qualified clean room. SDSC SHAR provided the requisite mechanical, electrical and checkout interfaces and verified the same. Integration of the Gslv Mk3 M2 vehicle by stacking the stages were carried out in SSAB and VAB facilities and moved to launch pad on 15th October 2022. During the entire launch campaign, there was no anomalies. In the meantime, the range system involving radar, telecommand, MOTR, ground station, communication, vehicle surveillance, CCTV subsystems were verified along with real-time networks, mission computers, meteorology, range and ground safety systems. We are glad to note all the range systems are ready to provide the support for liftoff.
That's the L110 core stage being prepared in a specialized facility horizontally, and it will be moved to SSAD for tilting and precise assembly between the two S200 motors.
यहाँ आप देख रहे हैं L110 स्टेज पूरी तरह तैयार तथा परीक्षण पूर्ण होकर IPRC महेंद्रगिरी द्वारा शार लाया जाता है और शार में आगे के परीक्षण तथा एकीकरण कार्यक्रम जारी किए जाते हैं। आप देख रहे हैं 2 नोजल हैं, यह 2 विकास इंजन के नोजल हैं, पूर्णतः तैयार L110 स्टेज।
The forthcoming launch is the 5th mission in the success saga of LV Mk3. LV Mk3 is being human rated for the human spaceflight mission Gaganyaan, and as part of human rating of LV Mk3, more confidence building tests of all propulsion systems including L110, S200 and cryo stages have been conducted successfully. This has added more confidence into the vehicle system performance and also proved the robustness of the vehicle systems. The all-up mass of OneWeb India satellites with the dispenser is 5.8 ton, and there are 36 satellites, each weighing about 145 kg. The vehicle liftoff mass is nearly 643 tons. The upcoming mission is a unique one, which demands separation of all 36 satellites into 600 kilometer orbit and the separation has to be sequenced in such a way that the customer requirement of minimum 137 meter distance between any pair of satellite is met. This is achieved by orienting and reorienting the cryo stage using the onboard thrusters. The total mission duration from takeoff to last satellite separation is more than 5,500 seconds or about 91 minutes. In order to be compatible with the customer satellite dispenser interface, the payload adapter was modified and a new PLA was realized.
The launch vehicle is then moved from the low-base solid-stage assembly building to the high-bay vehicle assembly building for assembly of upper stages and encapsulated assembly.
S200 और L110 को समायोजित कर व्हीकल असेंबली बिल्डिंग लाया गया।
Propulsion complex have realized and delivered the L110 and C25 stages for this vehicle. L110 stage is the liquid stage with 110 tons of UH-25 and N2O4 propellant combination, powered by twin Vigas engines delivering 160 tons of thrust. This stage function is managed by 69 fluid control components and modules. The C25 cryogenic stage is fully indigenously developed with LH2 and large propellant loading of 28 tons and is powered by a 19-ton thrust CE20 cryogenic engine operating on gas generator cycle. For this mission, C25 stage alone adds a velocity of 14,800 km per hour, which is 54% of the total incremental velocity required for this mission. This mission is a very complex mission. After C25 stage shutdown, we have to separate all 36 satellites in various locations. For this purpose, unlike in earlier missions, C25 stage has to operate for 4,500 seconds after the C25 engine shutdown. The mission management and maneuver is done utilizing residual propellant and gases from the propellant tanks. Extensive fluid flow and thermal studies are carried out to understand the fluid behavior and propellant evaporation under micro-G conditions. To accomplish this mission, elaborate mission simulation studies are carried out and necessary improvements have been done in the vehicle and mission management systems.
That's the C25 moving to VAB for assembly.
अब क्रायो चरण को पूर्ण परीक्षण कर VAB लाया जाता है। यह तीसरा चरण है LVM3 का। इसे VAB लाकर L110 स्टेज के ऊपर में सावधानी पूर्वक समायोजित कर दिया जाता है।
In the OneWeb India mission, the LVM3 launch vehicle is equipped with an autonomous inertial navigation system. This system is designed with ISRO ring laser gyroscope and ceramic servo accelerometers. The unique feature of this mission is the long duration in order to accomplish separation of 36 satellites in this mission. The almost 1.5 hours it takes from the launch to the achieving the final goal and as well as passivation of the upper stage. Another very unique feature is the precision injection of each satellite such that they don't collide during separation. Not only collide during separation but also maintain the separation in the long term also. This calls for certain maneuvers as well as pointing of the launch vehicle as well as add certain incremental velocity between satellite separation. So this need to be done in a very precise manner, and for this the laser gyros are equipped or they have the capability to measure arc seconds, that is 1/3600 of a degree, as well as micro G, that is 1/1,000,000th of acceleration due to gravity. Also we have NAVIC based GNSS aided navigation system so that the preliminary orbit determination can be carried out and the POD can be made available to the customer.
Here's the equipment B. Prepared satellites assembled to the satellite dispenser and encapsulated assembly with payload fairing in the SPF-2.
इक्विपमेंट बे में, जिसमें यान से संबंधित सभी एवियोनिक्स पैकेज होते हैं, उसे समायोजित कर दिया गया। उसके पश्चात अंतिम में सभी उपग्रहों को समायोजित कर कुष्मा कवच के अंदर सुरक्षित कर VAB लाया जाता है। यान अपने पूर्ण स्वरूप में VAB से UT की यात्रा करता हुआ यह व्हीकल असेंबली बिल्डिंग से उम्बिलिकल टावर तक 900 मीटर की दूरी तय करता है, अधिकतम वेग 10 मीटर प्रति मिनट के साथ।
The fully assembled LVM-3 on its journey to the launch pad.
Unique in trajectory perspective, where the launch vehicle is ascending to the 600 km polar orbit with an inclination of 87.4 degrees, is tracked through its ground station network located at Sriharikota, Bangalore, Thiruvananthapuram, Antarctica, Svalbard, and Shipborne Terminal SBT is strategically positioned in the Indian Ocean nearly 4,500 km from Chennai. That will be providing the much needed telemetry and tracking support for the launch vehicle, as well as the determination of precise injection parameters for all the 36 OneWeb satellites. ISTRAC has successfully operationalized a 4.6 meter robust transportable terminal with the advanced features which can be operated at any suitable location, either on land or on sea, which even in rough and inclement weather can support the mission.
यान पूरी तरह तैयार और सज्ज है अपना मिशन पूरा करने के लिए। अब हम उड़ान से 4 मिनट 49 सेकंड की दूरी पर ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस जारी है। इस दौरान सभी जांच ऑनबोर्ड कंप्यूटर द्वारा किए जा रहे हैं।
The launch of LVM-3 M2 OneWeb India 1 mission is the fourth launch of ISRO in the year 2022. The earlier launches being those of Workhorse PSLV and the maiden launch for SSLV. While Satish Dhawan Space Center is all set to host its 83rd launch vehicle mission and the second launch pad its 31st mission, this is the fifth time LVM-3 is set to lift off.
Minus 4 minutes.
LVM-3 पंचम पीढ़ी का प्रमोचक रॉकेट है। यह भीमकाय रॉकेट पिछले सभी यानों की तुलना में सबसे अधिक विकसित तथा उन्नत अभिकल्पित किया गया है। इसकी ऊंचाई 43.5 मीटर तथा व्यास 4 मीटर का होता है। इसका कुल उत्थापन भार लगभग 640 टन का होता है। यह 3 चरणों वाला प्रमोचक रॉकेट, जिसकी क्षमता 4 टन के नितभार को भूतुल्यकाली अंतरण कक्षा में ले जाने की है, अथवा 8 टन के नितभार को निम्न भू कक्षा में स्थापित करने की है। इस यान के प्रथम चरण में 200 टन वाले ठोस नोदक S200 स्ट्रेप-ऑन बूस्टर 4K में लगे L110 चरण, जो कि तरल नोदक पर आधारित है, उसके साथ संलग्न रहते हैं। और ऊपर के चरण में 27 टन के क्रायोजेनिक ईंधन पर आधारित C20 इंजन वाला C25 चरण होता है।
The maiden launch of the rocket had carried non-operational cryo stage and experimental payload crew module atmospheric re-entry experiment or CARE. Thereafter, the developmental launches designated as D1 and D2 had carried GSAT class of communication satellites. The first operational launch M1 had Chandrayaan-2 as its payload on 22nd of July 2019. We are about 2 minutes 10 seconds from the launch.
Minus 2 minutes.
इस मिशन का मुख्य उद्देश्य 36 उपग्रहों को, जिनका कुल भार 5,834 केजी है, 601 किलोमीटर की वृत्ताकार निम्न भूकक्षा में 87.4 डिग्री के झुकाव के साथ स्थापित करना है। यह सभी पूर्णतः परीक्षित होकर इस यान में सुरक्षित अपनी कक्षा के लिए सफर करते हुए 4-4 के समूह में 9 बार में अपनी कक्षा में अंतक्षेपित किए जाएंगे। यह पूरा घटनाक्रम लगभग 4,500 सेकंड का होगा।
LBM-3 being a gigantic rocket, the ignition of twin S-200 boosters generates enormous acoustics at the time of liftoff that have the potential to damage the electronics in launch vehicle. As a part of acoustic suppression system, huge quantities of water is injected onto the launch pedestal to provide denser medium of water droplets to attenuate the liftoff acoustics.
Minus 30 seconds. Minus 25 seconds.
अब हम 20 सेकंड की दूरी पर प्रमोचन से सर्वप्रथम 2 S-200 स्ट्रैप-ऑन बूस्टर का प्रज्वलन होगा।
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Plus 5 seconds.
T3 tracking. T1 tracking off normal.
भव्य उत्थापन LBM-3 OneWeb India 1 मिशन का
Normal liftoff and an enchantingly beautiful sight of the twin S-200 boosters burning, saluted against the night sky.
मध्य रात्रि को आकाश को रोशन करता हुआ S-200 boosters
Performance normal.
यहाँ हम इसके कंपन महसूस कर रहे हैं।
Steering the night sky, the LVM-3 M2 mission moves forward. 25 meters long S-200 boosters, each carrying 205 tons of HTPV-based propellant.
Plus 1 minute.
Action time 126.6 seconds. They develop a peak thrust of 5,952 kilonewtons in vacuum.
प्रथम चरण का निष्पादन पूरी तरह सामान्य।
First stage performance normal.
इसका प्रज्वलन काल करीब 130 सेकंड का होगा। S-200 के प्रज्वलन काल समाप्त होने से पहले ही L110 जो कि तरल नवदक पर आधारित चरण है, द्वितीय चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू कर दिया जाएगा।
L110 stage ignited.
Now we have a confirmation about the ignition of the core L110 stage.
रेंज ऑपरेशन निदेशक ने अभी घोषणा की तरल नोदक L110 इग्नाइट और S-200 स्टेज के बूस्टर्स पृथक कर दिए गए हैं।
The twin S-200 boosters have been separated from the ongoing launch vehicle. L110 core stage currently thrusting.
L110 stage performance normal.
This is powered by the Earth storable propellants UH-25 as fuel and N2O4 as oxidizer. The twin Vikas engine powered L110 stage has a nominal burn duration of 200 seconds.
Tube bearing separated.
ऊष्मा कवच को पृथक कर दिया गया है।
Tube guidance initiated.
अब यान 127 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई प्राप्त कर चुका है तथा घने वातावरण से बाहर जा चुका है, इसलिए ऊष्मा कवच को पृथक कर दिया गया है और अब यान क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत है।
Having crossed the dense atmosphere, L110 currently thrusting.
L110 स्टेज में लगभग 110 टन के UH-25 तथा N2O4 ईंधन के रूप में प्रयोग किए जाते हैं। इनकी मदद से यह चरण 1600 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न करता है तथा इसका प्रज्वलन काल 200 सेकंड का होगा।
L110 carries the rocket to 282.4 kilometers altitude. Shah, Trivandrum and Bangaluru's ground stations are currently acquiring the trajectory data.
द्वितीय चरण का निष्पादन सामान्य। प्रज्वलन काल के पूर्ण होने तक यह यान को करीब 2082 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई प्रदान कर देगा और 3.3 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड का वेग प्रदान करेगा।
Developing a vacuum thrust of 1598 kilonewtons. This stage empties the entire propellant of 110 tons in 200 seconds. That is close to 550 kg in a second.
That's 5 minutes.
अगला चरण क्रायो चरण है।
Shut off and separated.
L110 चरण को पृथक कर C25 जो कि तृतीय चरण है उसका प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है और वह सामान्य निष्पादन कर रहा है।
As announced by the Range Operations Director, we now have the confirmation of the successful ignition of the C25 cryogenic stage. Currently, the altitude is 333 kilometers.
तृतीय व अंतिम चरण LBM-3 का क्रायोजेनिक ईंधन पर आधारित चरण है जो कि LH2 और लॉक्स को ईंधन की तरह उपयोग में लाता है। यह एक जटिल इंजन है C20। इस चरण को C25 चरण कहा जाता है क्योंकि इसमें लगभग 25 टन का क्रायोजेनिक ईंधन होता है। इस चरण का प्रज्वलन L110 चरण के बंद हो जाने के तुरंत बाद कर दिया जाता है। इस चरण में लगभग 650 सेकंड तक प्रज्वलित कर 200 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न किया जाता है, जिससे अंतिम चरण है जो ग्रहों को उनकी अंतःक्षेपण की कक्षीय स्थितियां प्रदान करता है।
The cryogenic upper stage of LBM-3, called the C25, carries 27 tons of propellant, liquid hydrogen as fuel, and liquid oxygen as oxidizer. The advantage of using cryogenic stages is their remarkably high specific impulse. For the C25 stage, it is 4,344.3 Newton second per kg. The total thrust generated is 180 kilonewtons. During the 640 seconds of its operation, there is overlapping visibility from Shar, Trivandrum, Bangalore tracking stations.
यान के सभी स्वास्थ्य जानकारियां हमें भू स्थित ट्रैकिंग स्टेशंस की मदद से यहाँ प्राप्त होती हैं। इस मिशन के लिए शार, बेंगलोर, त्रिवेंद्रम, शिपबॉर्न ट्रैकिंग स्टेशन, अंटार्कटिका, स्वालबर्ड तथा लखनऊ स्थित ट्रैकिंग स्टेशंस हमें सेवाएं उपलब्ध करा रहे हैं। इस समय शार, बेंगलोर तथा त्रिवेंद्रम स्थित ट्रैकिंग स्टेशंस हमें इस यान की पूरी जानकारी उपलब्ध करा रहे हैं। तृतीय चरण का निष्पादन पूरी तरह सामान्य। अब हम उत्थापन से 480 सेकंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। यान की ऊंचाई 500 किलोमीटर, सापेक्ष गति 3.7 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड।
View from the VIP gallery, where you can see former chairman of the ISRO. More than 19 minutes into the flight, the orbital conditions for the injection of satellites will be achieved. On your screens now, founder and chairman of Bharti Enterprises, Shri Sunil Mittal.
Plus 9 minutes.
Now a few words about the OneWeb Gen 1 satellite. OneWeb is a global communications network powered from space, enabling connectivity for governments, businesses and communities. It is implementing a constellation of low Earth orbit satellites. India's Bharti Enterprises serves as a major investor and stakeholder in OneWeb. This is OneWeb's 14th launch and the first with ISRO and NSIL. OneWeb satellites are arranged in 12 orbital planes with 49 satellites in each plane in circular orbit. The constellation will have a total of 648 satellites. Each satellite of OneWeb Gen 1 weighs 150 kg.
Plus 10 minutes.
C-25 तृतीय चरण LVM-3 का सामान्य निष्पादन करता हुआ और यान पूर्वानुमानित पथ को अनुसरण करता हुआ अपने उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर बढ़ रहा है। वरिष्ठ वैज्ञानिक, चेयरमैन ISRO, अब करीब 200 सेकेंड की दूरी पर हम कक्षा की स्थितियां प्राप्त करते ही उपग्रहों को उनकी उद्दिष्ट कक्षा में स्थापित करेंगे।
The pole-to-pole connectivity of this satellite constellation combined with the ground segment ensures better look angles for the signal strength. Unless the conventional geostationary satellites where the signal strength diminishes at high latitude regions. As OneWeb slogan says it all, creating universal connections.
OneWeb इन उपग्रहों को Gen 1 सैटेलाइट्स का नाम दिया है। OneWeb एक वैश्विक संचार नेटवर्क है जो कि अंतरिक्ष में अपनी सेवाएं प्रदान करेगा। इस संचार तंत्र से संचार नेटवर्क को सरकार, व्यापार तथा बृहद समुदाय को संचार सेवाएं उपलब्ध होंगी। इसे कार्यान्वित करने के लिए OneWeb के द्वारा एक नक्षत्र मंडल तैयार किया जा रहा है जिसे हम सैटेलाइट कॉन्स्टेलेशन के नाम से जानते हैं। भारत के भारतीय उद्यम OneWeb के मुख्य शेयर होल्डर हैं। यह OneWeb का 14वां लॉन्च है। इसके साथ ही इसरो और NSIL अंतरिक्ष के वैश्विक बाजार में नया अध्याय शुरू करने जा रहे हैं। OneWeb को इस नक्षत्र को पूरा करने के लिए कुल 648 उपग्रहों को प्रक्षेपित करना है। अब हम उड़ान से 750 सेकेंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। यान की ऊंचाई 612 किलोमीटर तथा सापेक्ष गति 5.4 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकेंड। तृतीय चरण सामान्य निष्पादन करता हुआ और उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर अग्रसर।
As we told you earlier, a set of 4 satellites will be injected in 605.8 kilometers altitude at 19 minutes 45 seconds into the launch.
Cryostate performance normal.
जैसा कि अभी हमने बताया, यह चरण 650 सेकंड तक प्रज्वलित होगा। इसी अंतिम चरण के प्रज्वलन काल में प्रथम समूह के उपग्रहों को उद्दिष्ट कक्षा में स्थापित किया जाएगा। तत्पश्चात क्रमानुसार उचित अभिवृद्धि प्राप्त कर अन्य समूहों को उनके कक्षा में अंतक्षेपित किया जाएगा। प्रथम 4 उपग्रहों के समूह की उद्दिष्ट कक्षा 602.3 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई तथा सापेक्ष गति 7.54 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड निर्धारित है।
We are about 900 seconds into the launch. The current altitude is 602.8 kilometers and a relative velocity close to 7 kilometers per second.
वर्तमान में शिपबॉर्न टर्मिनल के द्वारा हमें इस ट्रैक के डेटा उपलब्ध कराए जा रहे हैं। अब कुछ ही क्षणों में उपग्रह की अंतक्षेपण की स्थितियां प्राप्त कर ली जाएंगी। रेंज ऑपरेशन निदेशक की अभी घोषणा हुई। तृतीय चरण को बंद कर दिया गया है। अब यह प्राप्त वेग को जारी रखते हुए कक्षा की स्थितियां प्राप्त करेगा।
After the first batch of satellite injection, a second set of 4 satellites will be separated 30 seconds later at almost the same altitude with almost same relative velocity. The third separation event in the satellite injection is scheduled 800 seconds later, that is to say 33 minutes 35 seconds into the flight. Fourth separation occurs 30 seconds later. The third and fourth batch of satellites are injected into 619 kilometers orbit after the cryogenic stage reorients itself appropriately. Until this time, the shipborne tracking terminal and Antarctica ground stations would have completed their range of tracking and the rocket would have gone to the other side of Earth. Next 5 batches will be separated in predetermined timeline like this. 5th batch at 47 minutes 26 seconds into flight, 6th batch at 48 minutes into flight, 7th batch at 61 minutes 16 seconds into flight, 8th batch at 61 minutes 46 seconds into flight, and finally the 9th batch at 75 minutes 6 seconds into the flight.
प्रथम समूह के अंतक्षेपण की स्थितियां प्राप्त की जा चुकी हैं और कुछ ही क्षणों में प्रथम 4 उपग्रह जिनका नाम है 1K, 3K, 5K तथा 7K अंतक्षेपित किए जाएंगे।
The cryogenic stage is reorienting itself for the first batch of satellite separation.
आप यह एनिमेशन देख पा रहे हैं। C25 जो कि तृतीय चरण है LVM3 का, उसे बंद कर दिया गया है तथा थ्रस्टर्स की मदद से इसे उचित अभिवृद्धि प्रदान की जा रही है।
The names of the first batch of satellites are 1K, 3K, 5K and 7K, whose injection we are eagerly awaiting.
प्रथम समूह को सफलतापूर्वक अंतक्षेपित कर दिया गया है। प्रथम 4 1K, 3K, 5K तथा 7K उपग्रह पृथक हो चुके हैं।
We have the confirmation from the Range Operations Director that the first batch of 4 satellites, namely 1K, 3K, 5K and 7K, have been successfully separated.
2A, 4A, 6A, 8A satellites are separated.
And the second batch also have been successfully separated. Their names are 2A, 4A, 6A and 8A.
जी हाँ, द्वितीय समूह 2A, 4A, 6A तथा 8A उपग्रहों को भी सफलतापूर्वक अंतक्षेपित कर दिया गया है। इसके पश्चात C25 तृतीय चरण LVM3 पुनः अभिवृद्धि निश्चित करेगा और अगले 800 सेकंड के पश्चात अगले 4 उपग्रहों के समूहों को अंतक्षेपित करेगा।
Cryostage reorienting itself again for the separation event of the next batch of satellites. The third batch of satellites will be injected into 619 kilometers orbit. The scheduled time of separation is 33 minutes 37.5 seconds into the flight.
तृतीय चरण फिर से अभिवृद्धि नियंत्रित करता हुआ अब हम उड़ान से 1344 सेकंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। यान की ऊंचाई 608 किलोमीटर तथा सापेक्ष गति 7.538 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड है।
As we await the next separation event for the satellites, let me intimate the viewers that after the separation of third and fourth batches of satellites, the visibility of the launch vehicle is available to the Svalbard tracking station only after another 350 seconds, that is 81 minutes into the flight. It is then that the confirmation of satellite separation is received at the Mission Control Center. Live transmission will be halted while the rocket is out of the tracking range and resume at appropriate time.
इस मिशन का कार्यकाल करीब 4500 सेकंड का है। इस दौरान हमें श्वेतबॉर्न टर्मिनल की मदद से सभी आंकड़े उपलब्ध हो रहे हैं।
The LVM3 OneWeb India One mission is about to set several firsts, like it's been the first commercial mission of LVM3 with NSIL. First time ever, LVM3 is carrying multiple satellites and injecting them in the low Earth orbit. This is the largest ever an Indian rocket is carrying, that is the 6 tons of payload. This gigantic launch vehicle of ISRO, LVM-3, is carrying 6 tons for this mission, which is the aggregate mass of the 36 OneWeb satellites and the satellite dispenser. Speaking about the association, this is the first time that OneWeb has collaborated with New Space India Limited, Department of Space.
आइए इस दौरान आपको OneWeb के बारे में जानकारी देते हैं। OneWeb का ऐतिहासिक लॉन्च कार्यक्रम जारी है। इस मिशन को OneWeb ने लॉन्च 14 का नाम दिया है। लॉन्च 14 सतीश धवन अंतरिक्ष केंद्र से भेजा जा रहा है। इसमें 36 उपग्रहों के समूह को प्रमोचित कर दुनिया का पहला पृथ्वी की निचली कक्षा का नक्षत्र मंडल तैयार किया जा रहा है और यह नक्षत्र 2023 तक हाई स्पीड लो लेटेंसी की संचार सुविधाएं प्रदान करने में सक्षम हो जाएगा। OneWeb ने इस प्रक्षेपण के लिए अंतरिक्ष विभाग की वाणिज्यिक शाखा NSIL के साथ भागीदारी की। इस मिशन में कुल 36 उपग्रहों के समूह के साथ OneWeb की कुल उपग्रहों की संख्या 464 हो जाएगी। 2023 तक यह नक्षत्र मंडल पूरा करने के उद्देश्य से OneWeb इस मिशन में कार्यरत है। OneWeb आम जनता के लिए संचार सुविधाएं प्रदान कर सामर्थ्य, गति, विश्वसनीयता तथा डिजिटल साक्षरता के आधार पर विभाजित समाज को जोड़ने की एक मुहिम चला रहा है। सूचना तक दुनिया की पहुंच को बेहतर बनाने के लिए OneWeb का एक मजबूत सामाजिक उद्देश्य है। जैसा कि हमने आपको पहले बताया, यह मिशन कुल 4500 सेकंड का मिशन है, लेकिन उत्थापन से 2200 सेकंड तक यह यान और उपग्रह प्रमोचन को हमारे भू स्टेशन ट्रैक कर सकेंगे। उसके बाद यान अपनी यात्रा जारी रखेगा, लेकिन हमारे ट्रैकिंग क्षेत्र से बाहर चला जाएगा और पुनः संचार स्थापित होने तक हम स्टैंड बाय कंडीशन में रहेंगे। जैसे ही स्वालबर्ड स्थित ट्रैकिंग स्टेशन से संचार स्थापित हो जाएगा, हम बाकी के 20 उपग्रहों के अंतःक्षेपण की पुष्टि कर पाएंगे। प्रथम 16 उपग्रहों के प्रमोचन के पश्चात यह हमारे ट्रैकिंग क्षेत्र से बाहर होगा, इसलिए यह प्रसारण 40 मिनट बाद पुनः जारी किया जाएगा।
This wait takes me back to the reminiscences of the previous launch of LVM-3 carrying the Chandrayaan-2 as its payload. It was India's second mission to the moon. It had comprised a fully indigenous orbiter lander Vikram and rover Pragyan. Enthusiasm was rife among the scientific fraternity and general public alike for the lander. The challenges for that mission were to carry a heavy payload and inject it precisely in a highly elliptical orbit so that the further orbit raising maneuvers for Chandrayaan-2 are economical from propellant budget point of view. Follow-on missions to bridge the gap of understanding the lunar ambience are on the anvil for ISRO. There are also several ways for the common public to associate with ISRO and its programs. Apart from watching the launch live on its social media portals and Doordarshan National, viewers can visit SDSC Shar and its launch view gallery, which has the capacity to host 10,000 visitors simultaneously for the launch. ISRO undertakes several outreach activities as a part of World Space Week, which was held between 4th to 10th October.
तृतीय चरण सामान्य निष्पादन करता हुआ पुनः अभिवृत्ति प्राप्त कर रहा है अगले 4 उपग्रह के समूह के प्रमोशन के लिए। अब हम उत्थापन से 30 मिनट 36 सेकंड की दूरी पर आ चुके हैं। यान की ऊंचाई है 616 किलोमीटर तथा सापेक्ष गति 7.53 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड। अगले 4 समूह के उपग्रहों का नाम 1A, 3A, 5A तथा 7A है, जिन्हें 619 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई तथा 7.53 की किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड की सापेक्ष गति के साथ अंतक्षेपित किया जाना है। तृतीय समूह के अंतक्षेपण के 30 सेकंड के पश्चात चतुर्थ समूह को भी अंतक्षेपित कर दिया जाएगा।
We are about 2 minutes away from the scheduled separation of the third batch of satellites, namely 1A, 3A, 5A and 7A. 30 seconds later, another batch of 4 satellites, namely 2B, 4B, 6B and 8B are scheduled to be separated. Cryostage reorienting itself to prepare for the next separation event.
यान पूरी तरह सामान्य। वर्तमान में हमें यह आंकड़े अंटार्कटिका स्थित भू स्टेशन से प्राप्त हो रहे हैं।
Current altitude 617 kilometers. The relative velocity of 7.53 kilometers per second.
अगले 8 उपग्रहों के अंतक्षेपण के पश्चात कुल 16 उपग्रह इस दौरान अंतक्षेपित कर दिए जाएंगे। उसके पश्चात यह यान अपनी यात्रा जारी रखेगा तथा पृथ्वी की दूसरी ओर चला जाएगा। उस दौरान वह हमारे ट्रैकिंग क्षेत्र से बाहर होगा। अभी अभी घोषणा की गई कि अन्य समूह 1A, 3A, 5A तथा 7A सफलतापूर्वक अंतक्षेपित कर दिए गए हैं। अगली घटना में 2B, 4B, 6B तथा 8B नामक उपग्रहों को अंतक्षेपित किया जाना है।
Satellites 2B, 4B, 6B, 8B are separated.
Confirmation has been achieved about the separation of
This is Range Operation Director. 16 satellites are separated till now. Mission is continuing. Remaining 20 satellites will separate as per timeline in the non-vicinity area. This 20 satellite separation will be confirmed after Swartberg Elementary Station activity. All stations involved in operations can continue in position. Others can be assembled at 01 to 20 hours. Over to Mission Director.
we will assemble back at 1:20 on 23rd of October 2022 so that the confirmation of the remaining separation events is achieved by that time.
जी हाँ, मिशन जारी है। अगले 20 उपग्रहों का अंतक्षेपण किया जाना है और इनके अंतक्षेपण की पुष्टि 40 मिनट बाद की जाएगी। तब तक हमारे साथ बने रहिए। हम पुनः उपस्थित होंगे 40 मिनट बाद।
And the OneWeb team for this historic mission tonight. In fact, early morning of 23rd of this month. And happy Diwali to all of you. So we started the celebration already in Satish Dhawan Space Center with the second operational mission of LV-M3 and the very first commercial mission of LV-M3. We have accomplished the orbit very accurately. Now the rocket is in its intended orbit. 16 satellites out of the 36 OneWeb 1 spacecrafts have been already injected. I want to tell you that this is a very slow process of separating the satellites one by one. In fact, it is in sets of 4 it will be separated, and it will take long time. So at this moment, let me tell you that 16 have been separated very safely as we expected, and the remaining 20 satellites will be separating when we are not able to see it from this place. The data will come little later, and the mission operations of observing this separation is continuing, and we will be confirming safe separation of the remaining 20 satellites after that process is completed. I am very hopeful that the remaining 20 satellites will also get separated as safely as that they did for the first of the 16. This mission is the historic mission
primarily because this is the very second operational mission of LVM3 that has gone commercial, and this is an opportunity that LVM3 is able to do such a wonderful mission today, and this has been possible by the support of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, because he wanted LVM3 to come into the commercial market with the NSIL in the forefront to operationalize our launch vehicles for exploring the expanding commercial domain that is open in front of us. And congratulations to the entire launch vehicle team for grabbing that opportunity and making it ready today for this historic mission. And I also want to thank the OneWeb team for having confidence in us to host it on LVM3 for their completion of their fleets. And we are very hopeful that the next mission of LVM3 will do the same to place the remaining 36 satellites that it has been contracted with NSIL for the next launch of LVM3 M3 mission. Until then, thank you so much, and I take this opportunity to invite CMD NSIL and come over here and then speak to the public, and also to the mission director, Sri Bhaskar, to have his final say on the mission. Thank you.
Good evening to everyone present here and all the viewers who are seeing this beautiful and extremely remarkable mission that we have achieved today. First of all, I'd like to compliment the team ISRO for giving us such a commendable mission of LVM3 and the precise performance, and I would say the most complex mission management for the OneWeb mission. I'm extremely delighted to see the beautiful videos of OneWeb, which we just witnessed now, where we are seeing the satellites getting deployed in space almost at an altitude of around 600 kilometers. I'm proud to say I'm really delighted and honored. Gslv has made the most remarkable entry into the commercial launch service market. Extremely thankful for OneWeb for having faith in us, in our launch and our, I would say, the most professional and technical capability of the team ISRO. I think though today's successful event is significant in many ways to all the three major stakeholders of this particular mission, New Space India Limited, Indian Space Research Organization, and also OneWeb India. And the first and foremost thing that comes to our mind is that with this mission, we have shown to the entire world how to contract and execute the mission in less than 3 to 4 months. I would really say and this was made possible only because every one of us had the will to do such a mission in the record possible time which the customer was expecting. I'm extremely thankful. And the kind of synergy NSIL, ISRO and OneWeb has demonstrated through this mission is really, I would say, is remarkable and unbelievable. And today's OneWeb mission, I would say, is the beginning of many more business engagement that NSIL is going to do with OneWeb for further strengthening our relationship between the two organizations. And with the support of ISRO that NCL always has, I think we can achieve much more better successes and give much better things to the nation back. So once again, thank you everyone. Thanks Team ISRO OneWeb for the beautiful successful mission, and I'm very sure the next 20 satellites we will hear in the next 30 to 40 minutes the kind of performance it's going to deliver for us. Thank you very much.
Respected Chairman ISRO, Secretary DOS, all the dignitaries of ISRO, OneWeb team, NWEL, customers, center directors, associate directors, deputy directors, mission executives, all the participants, and the honorable VVIP dignitaries of OneWeb and ISRO. A very warm good morning to all of you. I, on behalf of my project team and the entire team ISRO, is very proud to submit this success to Team ISRO. This was a demand given to us by Chairman ISRO to execute this mission in a very short time of less than 3 months. Once the requirement is defined, the entire Team ISRO rose to the occasion, worked with full vigor and systematically, as is the wont of ISRO. The entire schedule was success-based and concurrent processing was followed. There was no room for slip and everything has to be done right at the first time itself. Rigorous activities were complemented with rigorous reviews by both ISRO as well as academia, so that no stone was left unturned and there was no slip. Marathon meetings with our OneWeb customers and YENSIL and with volumes of data exchange was an immense process and it was helping each other. We were very proud that we could deliver what the customers expected from us. Praise and thanks be to the Lord, the Team ISRO has done what was asked by the management to our team. I submit this success, as our chairman told, as Diwali gift to all our Team ISRO. As our chairman told, this is first LVM3 launch for international commercial satellite mission through YENSIL to a low Earth orbit carrying about 6-ton payload, the highest launch from our great nation. On this happy occasion, I profusely thank the entire Team ISRO, including the top executives, project executives, Mr. Narayanan, Mrs. Asha Mary Matthew, the entire project team, all the review teams, all the entity and the working teams, all the ISRO teams, and all the participating teams. I profusely again thank our YENSIL for giving us this opportunity and having a very fruitful, positive and contributing discussions and interactions. It was so efficient, never we had any misunderstanding, and we had marathon meetings almost every day. And I also bring it to inform and thank the customers, our OneWeb, that we were very happy and very satisfied in interacting with you and sharing all mutual things. Until the end, we never had any difference of opinion and we never had any dissatisfaction. This I can honestly say, and we have met all the requirements what the customers asked. Now, last but not the least, I am thanking the entire family of all the Team ISRO members, those who have toiled and toiled for this mission. Thank you.
So thank you once again, all of you. We are ending the transmission at this moment, but the mission continues. We are waiting for the confirmation of the remaining satellite separation, and all mission executives will occupy their position to observe that. And thank you once again for this wonderful mission, both to OneWeb as well as NSIL, for enabling us to do this tonight. Thank you so much.